Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Thursday, April 20th, 2023, and I shared this morning a Telegram message about planes from the Netherlands, big planes actually ending up in Jordan. And I understand there were some wondering why was I sharing this information, but it is really to show people that more things are going on. And Jordan is exactly situated next to Israel, Syria, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. So that is a very beautiful central spot to drop things, to bring things, materials, maybe people. So I just wanted to share this to open people's perspective of what is going on. There is so much going on just with the air traffic. There are people following all that. They have so much information. So I just wanted to share this just to open up people's perspective. There is a lot going on we just don't know about, and it's all in the background. Things moving, and sometimes I'll be sharing these just to show people there's so much going on that we just don't know. We are maybe too much focused on, of course, the media, hoping things will come out that way. We see more things coming out, but there is so much going on in the back. So sometimes I will share things like that. I just thought it was very interesting, because why are these quite big planes, if I'm not mistaken, going there? What are they dropping off there? What's happening there? Especially because of the central spot for Jordan, just being in the middle of, Israel, Syria. It's surrounded by countries where there's a lot going on. So this is a perfect spot to drop things, people, materials. I thought it was very interesting. So the other thing actually I wanted to take a look at was that Robert Kennedy Jr., of course, I think a couple of weeks ago announced that he wants to be a candidate for 2024 for the Democrats, which is very interesting. He's, of course, against the stings, openly talking about that. He is now showing up, of course, wanting support, telling people some very interesting things. And I just wanted to take a look at the energy surrounding him. And I believe it is a white hat operation, and it's purposely done to reach the Democratic part of the American people, or people that are still looking towards the Democratic Party, wondering what's going on there, or not listening to any Republican, candidacies and candidates and what's going on there. So this is very interesting. And the cards I've got the first one was the 10 of Swords. The central card is the 2 of Pentacles. We have in the past the Knight of Pentacles. Underneath the 2 of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Wands, which tells me immediately that this is a white hat operation. And for the near future, we have the 5 of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So to me, this is going to mess up a lot of things. This is going to be, especially for the media, kind of tough, because they won't be able to just get rid of him. And of course, they're placing him and framing him in a certain way with the against the stings and more things that he's talking about. But this is also going to cause some stir up in the Democratic Party. And I think that's necessary. He's there to tell truths, to share truths, especially with the other part of the Americans who still believe in the Democratic Party, to reach them. So this is about balancing things out. Of course, a lot of people are behind the Republicans and they're listening to that as well. But you also want to reach as many people as possible from the other side. So this is very interesting. Of course, he's got his name. But still, the media is not going to be very happy about this, obviously. I think in the Democratic Party there are going to be some issues, but he is there to spread truths, and this is a white hat operation, and they've decided to do it this way. And this is in the past. I don't always talk about the card in the past in my reading, because if it adds something to the card reading, I will mention them, but of course will show them the card I pulled for the past. But doesn't mean I will always talk about this card, but this shows me that this has been in the works for quite some time. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a plan that's being rolled out. It is really about, they've made a decision to now bring him out and of course talk about these things. It's important that these information reaches people. especially people that are still involved with the Democratic Party. It's really the other side of the Americans and trying to reach them. But this is going to stir up things. This is going to cause a lot of, things happening in the Democratic Party. And I think that it's very important that those things are happening and people know about this and hear about this. So that's what I wanted to mention about, Robert Kennedy Jr. I also mentioned something else in my Dutch video, that there is actually some trying to appeal to the people here in the Netherlands from the media, the NOS, which is like the national news broadcasting here in the Netherlands. They are now opening up like an evening that you can actually talk to journalists working for them. And that's on May 16th here in the Netherlands. So I've mentioned that as well, of course, if there are people in here, of course, in the Netherlands that want to attend that. Going to be very interesting. There were always also some reactions towards this article and that they're going to do this. There were not very kind messages like those journalists know what objective news is, and they just get a plan that they have to roll out. So a lot of people are already looking, through all that, and that the NOS is not as objective as they like to believe, and they really are just propaganda for the government. But it's interesting, they are now trying to reach out to the public so you can actually talk to the journalists working for the NOS and how they get their news and things like that. So it could be very interesting. So I already mentioned this. I was going to share a link on my Telegram channel for people in the Netherlands living close to Zwolle, because apparently they're going to have that meeting in Zwolle. They could like to attend. I think it's going to, like I mentioned in my Dutch video, very interesting. Now the other thing I wanted to look at, there were 2 cards from this reading also in the reading I'm about to do, was an article here in the Netherlands. I think it was in all the media. There's a report. It's from the intelligence agency here in the Netherlands, and it's called the AIVD. And they got a report out that people, there is a group of people that are very dangerous because they think that the world is being run by an elite. Yeah. Who can come up with that? But they are dangerous, and a dangerous way of thinking, and we really have to watch out because they want people, certain puppets in control to face justice and things like that. Yeah, it's just remarkable where they get that. But obviously it's aimed at the independent media and people. Well, let's just say most people that are watching this video are agreeing, of course, there is an elite handling things, but they're making it seem like we are dangerous and, which is not. We are not dangerous in any way. We are really just want to wake up people and show them, connect the dots and show them what's going on so they can do the research themselves and, of course, decide what they see, what's happening around the world and in the Netherlands specifically. But it was very interesting. So I looked at the article and the report and just the energy of what's going on. And it's very interesting things. First of all, we have the Knight of Wands. Then we have the 10 of Swords as the central card. In the past, we have the King of Pentacles. Underneath the 10 of Swords, we have the Devil card. And for the near future, we have the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Again, this is about truth coming out. And especially this combination of the Knight of Wands, White Hats, and the Dark Energies. This feels like a combined... It's not a combined effort. I know there are people that think they are combined and that the white hats and the black hats, they're all the same hat, so to speak. That's not how I see it. That's not how I view it. But there is a chess game going on. So things that the dark energies will bring out in the media, trying to create fear, trying to create this divide and conquer, obviously, between these groups, like watch out for these people. The white hats use this in a way, just let this go through because this will wake up people as well. Like people are already understanding and looking around like things are not adding up with what's going on. A lot of things in the Dutch media came out about the World Economic Forum, about all these ties, and they try to make it look like it's harmless, although they're already questioning. It is a bit suspicious, even in their own articles about this. So this is just that people are like, wait a minute, maybe there's some truth to this. This is really opening up, showing information, and this is about a new connection. People, can connect with their emotions, their feelings, with their intuition. This is a perfect way of sharing things that in one way from the dark energies, they hope to create fear. And the white hats hope to show people what's really been going on. And that people are starting to connect the dots. You need to bring this out. Very important, so people start, it's like breadcrumbs. So people start to realize the bigger picture more and more. And more people are feeling like there's something wrong, something doesn't add up, something doesn't feel right. And this is all part of this. So this is almost like, in a way, a combined thing. But you have to realize, to me at least, they are separate groups. But they, they let things happen in a way, especially the white hats. They let things just happen. So it will wake up people why the dark energies do these kind of articles to create fear and divide and conquer. I find that very interesting. But I think we're going to see more and more. The decision has been made. So I think more of these articles will pop up and try to create this narrative, and that will help essentially waking up people and showing them what's really going on. So this is the information I get from that article, and I'd like to leave it at this and hope to see you in another video. Bye bye.